because then you have a lot more. No, but oh man, wait a second.
Yep.
Carmilla EXP or Grok EXP?
I'm feeling like it's going to be more of a Grok EXP. It could be a Carmilla EXP for all we know. It's tough to say, but let's let Geek Fam kind of predetermine their last pick. Because generally we know that Homeboys, they're going to team fight, and if that Curse of Blood attaches at least, I would say, more than 2 people. It's got to get more value than 2. Anything above 2 is definitely profit, cash money. But Geek Fam, they're also careful about this, right?
The time. Yeah, the time. Yeah, I was thinking about that as well, because then you just have to lay back and let your front line do everything. You just need to chunk down everything from the back. So that backline initiation would come in the form of Amal and maybe Mal going into a lot of these team fights. But Homeboys, they're very, very smart. They know that they're fighting against a team fight team. They're always going to stick together as 5. That's where Carmilla being picked up was so smart. And that's the Malaysian flavor that I like. Just throwing some little spices here and there, getting a little bit more flavor, which is what we're lacking in Singapore. Looking really, really good.
Hey man, I don't know about you, but Geek Fam, they've got back shots of their own, right? Kadera is going to be sitting all the way in the back, hopefully, to make things happen. But summarize the compositions as we're going to make our way into the land of Dawn, boys. Take it away.
Well, I really love Geek Fam, the fact that they have the Tigra, the fact that they have the Roger. It gives them a lot of opportunity to invade into the jungle of Homeboys, and they did that really well in game 1.
Yeah, diversion is going to be a huge factor for Geek Fam. They really like to play that macro game. It's really going to be interesting to see how that Loi is going to be played around. A boy is going to be piloting that as well. So again, 3rd game in a row, the Alpha and the Roger starting off in the jungle. Roger, as we know, or Vincent with the Roger is going to be a little bit more faster in that rotation. Definitely going to be singling out the EXP side, but it's going to be a little bit harder because right now it's going to be Grok, Roam, Carmilla, EXP. I don't know how that's going to play out because Carmilla in the Roam might make a little bit more sense because you are able to just stun up. You're getting a lot of that nice little factors, but then again, that crowd control immunity that Grok brings to the table might be vital for Homeboys.
And you're also a little bit more tankier with the Grog, right? Especially at the early game, and that's what you want to have at the EXP. You want somebody who's able to sustain at that stage. But I guess the idea here is a little bit different. The fact that we saw Yetri go straight onto the backline, clears off the minion wave quickly, just so that he does not need to deal with the 1v1 against Gobs.
Oh, Mal singling out Vincent. He's in a spot bottom. There's a 3-on-1. He's able to just jump out of there, but he's going to lose that lizard.
And Homeboys, they are learning from game 1, it seems. They're taking the fight to Vincent, not allowing him to farm. But then again, it is the Roger that we're talking about. He can farm really fast. He moves around the map fast as well. So he should be able to recover from that. And that recovery could start here. The fact that he's going to get the gold crab, the experience crab, and maybe Yetri. But no, he's not interested in Yetri yet.
No. It's very, very difficult to take down a Carmilla. I know myself because she's got a lot of sustain, especially with the first skills. You got that bats to just heal you back up, and every single time you hit a target, it spins faster and faster and faster. The only thing is that I'm really just thinking of is the slow lane clearing that Carmilla provides in the EXP side, but it's a 3 men trying to collapse down onto the EXP. They're trying to get a boy up to level 4 as fast as they can, try to get the diversion play so that they can set up a nice play with the diversion. So this is going to be interesting.
But look at this. Okay, Baloski is not level 4 yet, so he does not have the implosion though, so he's more of a tank at this moment. But nice one by Gobs from the backline. Boy secures the first blood this time. Mal now has the wild charge in hand.
Oh, nice curse.
But here we go. Wild charge all the way to the backline. That is what Mal is looking for. That is the wild charge that he needs. And Gobs, nowhere to go. It is Udale using the Zaz and bringing it back to Geek Fam.
Oh man, what a play by Yetri. Fighting a 3-man blood pact. Getting it into the wall charge. Everyone's stunned up. Knocked up, there's nothing that Geek Fam can do. But hold on a second, it's not over.
Oh, here we go. Yetri, last hit, not able to get away from Vincent. Vincent now scoring his first kill in this round. Not as clean as before. He has 1 death though, but it's still early.
Yeah, Carmilla is going to be a huge winning factor for Homeboys. Landing down Curse of Blood is going to be so pivotal. Coming into a lot of these team fights that are going to be happening down these neutral objectives. Now the top lane been pushing down the EXP side. Gob's going to take control of that one. But bottom side though, down that babysitting. It does look like Homeboys a little bit more passive. They don't want to force the situation, waiting until all of them have their ultimates up, all of them have their crucial skills up, and waiting for a nice little team fight. So a lot more team fights now than pickoffs.
Yeah, he doesn't really need to babysit Kadira all the way. I mean, he has better value going around the map, trying to get into the jungle on the side of Homeboys and try to get an advantage.
Oh,
yeah,
Gobs.
but speaking about advantages, Gobs might be in trouble. I mean, we are talking about 3v1. Gobs, he's tanky enough though, but okay, that's it. Amal will get the kill.
Yeah, it's a very, very delayed death coming from that top side, but it creates a lot of opportunity for them to try to equalize at least the gold turret down the top side. Geek Fam looks like the rotations are a little bit stale, a little bit slow coming in, but they're trying their best to defend. But it's a little bit difficult because Homeboys, this is their first game in the entire series that they take control of the early game, and they do have that late game priority as well in the form of the Moskov and the Zask. So Geek Fam really has to try to find a way to control the mid side. Zaz has been free roaming as and when. We haven't seen a diversion play from a boy, so this is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, but we might see a play here by Geek Fam though on top. But then again, it's not going to be that easy to take down Yetri, so he just needs to walk away. But that's not going to be the objective for Geek Fam for now, because all they need to do is to try to zone out the members of Homeboys since the turtle is going to come up.
Yeah, it's going to be a 4-on-4. You have Grok marching his way down on that turtle. Beloyski does have the flicker and the ultimate. Waiting for a right time opportunity.
Yep, turtle is pretty low right now. Cool will finally get it. It's going to be Vincent! Stealing the turtle away, and now Vincent needs to try to get away to safety. Last stick of help for Vincent. Udil will try to go in for it, but it's going to be Mao with the wild charge onto the back line to make sure they get the second kill.
Oh, Zask is so annoying. There's nothing that Vincent could do to run away. He goes in for the kill, gets blood packed down to Infinity and Yamba. Hold on.
Oh, wait a second. Backup is here, but they're not going to pursue any further. Their skills are probably still on cooldown, that's why.
The Homeboys very disciplined in this game. Game number 3, and Homeboys really finding their rhythm going into this one. And they're not taking all these kills. They don't want to overextend because they learned from the early game down in game 1 and 2. But now it's a lot more of the aggressiveness coming in from Geek Fam. They need to try to push that situation.
Man, okay, here we go. Mal caught up, but then again, that's not the target that they want. Even though they can get the kill out of Mal, it's like, it's a low value target, so you don't want to go all in on the Mal.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to take any of them down. Oh, Beloyski trap over the wall. Wall charge.
Onto Beloyski, but Beloyski again is not the target that they will want. But if they can get it right now with 4, 5 of them from Homeboys to make it a quick kill, they'll take it.
A smart move by Udil, placing the Nightmaric spawn in between a boy Kadera and Beloyski, just keeping him at bay, getting the nice little pick off down the bottom side. So Homeboys really showing off this time around.
Yeah, Homeboys 8-2 right now. We're talking about almost a 3k goal lead. I mean, this is a very different Homeboys compared to the number 1. But then again, hold that thought for a second, because at the bottom lane, Nets got away to safety. Kadira is not so safe. Instead, Poche will go down. Oh, Yetri in trouble. But then again, Yetri last stick of help, not able to escape. Aima will get a mega kill. Udil gets a kill onto Aboy as well.
Oh,
3
man.
from Geek Fam down.
The Zask is so annoying. 3 members down from Geek Fam, and it just keeps getting bigger. 3k gold lead for the side of Homeboys. The third turtle of the game is getting spawned up. Does look like Homeboys will be in a better position to contest for this one. You just need to wait for the ultimates to come up. Beloyski is already there along with Gobs.
Turtle, Beloyski and Gobs are they able to steal it away? Okay, Blowzen comes in onto the backline, but they managed to really catch one. They could be counting, gotta be extra careful, but the rest of Geek Fam have a right though. And Beloyski will need to take out this damage for his team. He will be blocked by the barrier, not able to get away to safety, but then again, it's okay. His role is also to allow his teammates to run.
Where are you going? Where are you going? It's the question that Homeboys is constantly asking Beloyski. Not having a good time for 0-4-2 on this Tigreal. He's trying his best, his very best. I know that he wants to go for an implosion play, but the follow-up from Geek Fam is just too slow. And Homeboys is slowly but surely just increasing the economy lead. Ah, man, 5k gold lead for Homeboys. Udil is scaling up so much now that it's almost impossible for a boy and Kadera to come into the battle. The way that he uses his Nightmare Spawn to zone the rest of the members out before they go is just so crucial for Homeboys' success in team fights.
Yeah, and the earlier implosion only caught 1, so Not the best of implosions. Maybe the right timing, maybe not. Ah, man, it's kind of arguable there.
Oh,
But-
this is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so Geek Fam, they know that, okay, let's not fight any of these team fights. Let's try to go for that split push, which is basically Homeboys just forgot about macro play. Geek Fam's trying to go for that macro.
And with Homeboys getting control of the jungle at the bottom, this feels like a deja vu of game number 1 where Geek Fam had the same sort of situation as before. So Homeboys having this kind of control, I mean, it does look good for them.
Yep. We've seen this time and time again. Geek Fam just constantly bashing down and chipping down on the side lanes. So Homeboys not really responding as of now. They want to try to force a lot of these team fights. Okay, going for the split macro. Kadera trying to use himself as bait.
Okay,
Beloyski
well,
goes in.
But not the target that they want though. A little bit of a... I'm sure Geek Fam must be kind of disappointed that it's Ma that showed up instead of anyone else.
Yeah, a little bit more impatient. I think if Beloyski was able to just wait just one more second for him to come back in, wasting his first skill and that standing by that wall, that passive, he was able to just push him in. But man, just unfortunate because Geek Fam is everything down from that macro play to the T. And taking a little itemizations, that's War Axe and Thunderbolt yet again from Vincent. And now I do agree with his build because he's not ahead. He is suffering 1-3-1. He's not having a good time down these neutral objectives. It's very, very difficult for them to find a really nice setup coming in from onto Homeboys. And so he wants to go a little bit more defensive. But then again, how long can you wait? Because Homeboys are just slowly but surely scaling.
And they will secure the next Lord for sure. Unchallenged, but maybe Geek Fam might want to try to get something out of this. But Loyski returns back to safety, but straight up onto the back line. It's going to be Vincent with the shutdown. And looks like Nets will get gobs. Vincent gets yet 3. Double kill for Vincent. And Vincent again and again and again. This guy, he's just carrying Geek Fam.
It's just really front to back. It doesn't get any scrappier than this. Homeboys and Geek Fam just have building a wall in front of them and just fighting alongside that wall. It does look like Ye3 made a very, very nice blood pact onto 4 members, but the follow-up, the damage just wasn't there. I don't know why, but Geek Fam was just sustaining their way all through everything. Even though Udil was able to just do that damage, get out safe, it just wasn't enough. Let's take a look at the damage real quick. It does look like a boy is still top of the charts, and that's where the damage from Geek Fam is coming from. You're just riding on a boy's diversion reactions, or yin-yang reactions, so to speak.
Okay, it's not over yet for Geek Fam though, but here we go. Ma with the ball charge onto Beloyski, but that's not the target that they want, but still Nuts! Wow! Where did that come from? Nuts still able to get the kill onto Beloyski, and now without Beloyski as their main forefront guy to make the initiation, no implosion. This is go time for Homeboys.
The SOD actually deals a lot of damage coming in from Nets, so slowly but surely the itemization's building up, and that's where I want to see. Radiant Armor already built up by Amal as we speak, but Kadera, that's a power spike, Holy Crystal. So in the midst of fights, Geek Fam will try to utilize Kadera a little bit more, and that's what I want to see in a lot of these scrappy little fights down these neutral objectives. Homeboys, they don't want to push the issue, they don't want to force it. All lanes are being paused up. Geek Fam needs to be able to walk themselves out of that base into an area that they're not comfortable with, but Homeboys, they like to see that.
Look at this. Beloyski trying to open up the space at the bottom just to gather information. If we look at the items though, at this point, Nets, he's pretty stacked up. He has his Trinity items as well, all done and complete. He's ready to engage anytime.
It's a very rich Udil though. He's got the Holy Crystal, Glowing Wand, and the Divine Rapier, just to get a little bit more damage down onto a lot of these team fights. He has shown that he's second on the damage leaderboards, but it's just not enough for a lot of these fights because it's still single target if we play it onto that one. Homeboys needs to find a way to try to take out a boy. There's just basically that backline. Udil is going to be that main source of damage.
Looks like Geek Fam, they're trying to trap Homeboys, but Homeboys not biting it. I mean, the moment they saw that Geek Fam is nowhere on the map, even Homeboys, they kind of stop. Until now, they see Beloyski. Okay, Beloyski.
Oh, that's a solo conceal. I think he just wants to repo himself to get ready for that Lord. Now, this is going to be a very, very interesting one because the version is up and available for a boy. I think they want to start this Lord and try to get that push and pull away from Homeboys to find that opportunity to fight that back line. Because Nets, how he plays, his pattern is going on to that back diversion. Oh, it doesn't want to commit.
Okay.
No big moves yet with the diversion though. They're still waiting behind. But we're going to play front to back. So far, Gops is the one, and together with Baloyski to gather that information just to see the status of the Lord. But keep your eye onto Vincent though. He's pushing the minion waves on top, clearing it. And who knows, he might again try to take out the backline.
Yeah, but it's like a Hydra Nightmare spawn already destroyed, but he will just pop one right back up. Lord at half.
Okay, 50% of health left for the Lord. Anytime soon, Geekfam might execute this, but Loyski, he does have the implosion, he does have the flicker though. So Homebois, they have to be extra careful. They cannot group up together. If not, it would be a big mistake. But without grouping up together, who will Baloyski target now? Imal? Nope.
Oh,
yeah,
they get the
no,
reset.
It's pretty big.
Oh, man. Oh, that was so good for Homeboys because the lane was pushing down on that long side. So Geek Fam needed to send someone down there to rectify that situation. But Homeboys was just standing there a little bit too low. Oh man, Lord gets a half health reset. This conceal play from Mao.
Okay, they will go in for it. Udil on the other side though, and looks like they can start off because the barrier is just right behind him, and Aima will secure that Lord. Homeboys gets it, unchallenged by Geekfam. They managed to open up that space, and now it's time for them to back up. But Loyski, wait a second! Oh no, they saw the implosion, and this is time for Homeboys to push it back. No implosion, no Baloyski. This is it. They could potentially end this round.
Kadera is the only one left alive. Can he defend? There was a huge Yen 3 blood pact over the side of Geek Fam. Trapping 4. It's just immediate decimation. Kadera, nothing can do.
Kadira?
No!
Godlike wipe out, and it is Homeboys, ladies and gentlemen. The new rebranded lineup with 3 new players doing it against Geek Fam Indonesia.
Everyone counted them out, but they're like, no, I don't conform to whatever you're saying. I'm gonna write my own history. They take down Geek Fam 2-1. Man, that was a very big win for Homeboys. The rest of the games they're gonna be playing today is gonna be an easy ride. Let's bring back Gideon onto the desk to see what his opinions are on this game.
Hey man, looks like the tides of destinies are changing in favor of Homeboys this time. I mean, our one-trick pony, Mr. Udil, decided, hey, this time I'm sick of the Zas. I'll show you how it's really done.
Yeah, he really showed how to play Zaz. The way that he uses that Nightmaric spawn to the best of his abilities, just to zone the damage dealers out of the way to trap Baloyski, and they know that Baloyski is one of the links that they need to break before going into the fights.
Well, with that being said, we're going to be throwing it over to our winner's interview here with Rose. Rose, please take it away. Thanks, Rose. Thanks, Udil, our MVP of the match. Look at him, playing on the Zosk. 2 games playing against the Zosk on a Xavier, and he's like, nah, no more. None of this nonsense. I'll show you how to truly play Zosk.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I mean, if you okay, the last moment, I really want to point this out, right? Yeah, cool. Udil throughout the entire game, we saw no deaths onto him, but that last moment, Baloyski actually fumbled it with the implosion. He caught no one there, and Homeboy just took advantage of it, running down the entire Geek Fam and just ending the game.
Yeah, it was just a very crucial blood pack. And the fact that Ye 3 was actually the mastermind behind the Carmilla EXP was just... I'm just really grateful that they came up with this interesting new lineup, because it effectively turns all these single target damage heroes like the Zosk that Udo is just playing and showing us how to play into a AoE heavy hitting damage hero. It's just really impressive.
Yeah, I think on a micro level as well, against someone like a Ruby, you know that the lane is pretty much going to get sandbagged. So
That's
it's like,
right.
I'll give you lane prio, I'll let my team do the rest, especially since Mal is on that Grok. He can fight for that vision, and more importantly, Ye 3, if he comes in late, he's got Udil on Zos to slow things down, and that's when he shows up and it's like, it's time. How many people can I catch the net?
Dude, this is I believe that moment, right? Yes, this was that moment that we can see on screen. Baloyski just fumbled the red tree, and you see the reaction from the players. The moment they saw the implosion, that's it.
Yeah, it's just effectively turning an Alpha's passive, like adding true damage from one hero into every hero, and you have additional 50% damage, split damage amongst every single one. So Homeboys, once they land, or they're banking a little bit too much on the Blood Pact, but you know, it worked out in their favor. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Homeboys really showed us that they broke more than just a few eggs.
True.
Broken the ostrich egg.
Yeah, they're breaking the ostrich egg, man, and it's really difficult for Geek Fam to play. And I think, you know, this adjustment in the draft with Mao on that Grok. Let's omit Carmilla for now. The fact that Mao playing this Grok, allowing to open up vision, but most importantly, doesn't allow himself to get punished by Baloyski. Anti-CC is such a powerful tool, especially when you're dealing with both Gobs on the Ruby, looking for that one sick I'm offended, and the same can be said about Baloyski with the implosion.
Right, you have two university teachers here, instructors here. So I'm going to go the psychology of things, right? Looking at the stats here.
All right,
Look at this, right? Okay, Baloyski 063. And in the previous game when he played Edith, it wasn't the best of stats as well when it comes to KDA. So it could have affected him from that previous round, brought to this round, even though he got his comfort pick again, which is a Tigreal, but he never truly recovered from maybe the scars of the Edith game.
Ooh, I suppose maybe the scars of the Edith game was probably still lingering, but at the same time, it's not like he had an optimal pick on the Homeboy side. Like, who do you really catch other than Nets? And even Nets himself has like counterplay towards him.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of attempts, crucial attempts down the gold side, but they just couldn't convert him into a kill. He just knows the game too much. He knows the how Geek Fam is going to be rotating about. Once you see Baloyski, best be sure he's going to be in your face. In the second, you're in the air. So that's how Nets was playing in the entirety of that game. Very, very passive. Just waiting for that late game or even the mid game power spike where Camilla really comes into the battle. It was a very, very risky move, I must say, because they opened up the long lane for a lot of these team fights, waiting for Vincent just chunk down on the T1s and T2s, but they weren't affected because they know it's all part of the plan.
Yeah, and I find Yetri on the XP lane, I knew we went like, what? Really? Could have been the grab, but the theory for the XP lane is that you're able to sustain on your own, and also you're able to pull ideally some heroes to you, and yet you still survive. And when we look at the damage taken by Yetri in this round, he managed to do just that.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're looking at the graph here. By third minute, that one interaction already set them skyrocketing in terms of EXP. And I think it's really difficult to actually pull back that lead, especially against an alpha nonetheless. They unlocked a lot of their heroes pretty early on, getting a decent amount of tier 1s off of that. And then by 10 minutes already, you can just see that, like, at this point in the game, it's pretty much done for unless Geek Fam finds a super play of their own to maybe bounce back from tempo.
I was trying to think, where does the dip come from? I think that was that last fight where they lost 3 members and Geek Fam actually overturned the situation, just dipped